All right, everybody. Happy May 23rd on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm assuming your weather is beautiful in all our markets this morning. It is here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we are very fortunate, from the lovely state of Arizona, cowboy town extraordinaire. All right, we have Catherine Donovan. Catherine, hit *6 on your phone and then we can hear you, please. Are you there? Not the pound, the star, *6. Yeah, Catherine, if you're listening, it's not working, so just dial back in. There we go. Hello? All right, guys, we'll give it 1 second. I'm sure, because sometimes when you dial in this number, it doesn't let me dial either. But anyway, we'll give her a second, and we'll get started. I want to go over some great stuff with her, and we'll just give her a second to get on. Catherine? Hello? All right, while waiting for her to get on, I hear a lot of stuff going on about the market and what's happening. And hello. Anytime somebody gets on, *6, Catherine, if you're there, *6, not pound, but star.
All right, can you hear me now?
There you go. Perfect. Yes.
All righty.
Yeah, sometimes when you dial in, it doesn't, once you start talking, it doesn't let you hit the push pin. So if that ever happens again, just dial back in like you just did. So perfect. All right.
Okay.
So let's get started. Okay, let's start off with
All right.
tell them a little about yourself. I'm going to ask you some questions about this interview, this wonderful article you were just in Top Producers, Real Producers, of Tucson. But go ahead, tell them a little about yourself, how long you've been doing that, and all that good stuff, please.
I'm originally from Sierra Vista, Arizona. Moved to Tucson in 2009 to reinvent myself. Started working on my MBA, and my husband had suggested I go get my real estate license because of my business background. That
Right.
After owning several businesses, and so I went as I was working on my license. I went to Prudential and immediately jumped into my business. And so I've been doing that since 2009. And last year I sold $20 million.
Yep. $20 million. That's awesome. Awesome. And if I remember correctly from the article, Rob, your husband, said, no, because you wanted to go into commercial. And he goes, no, go into residential.
Yes.
So, so you better be really nice to him at all times.
Yeah, I thought commercial would be the way to go because of my business background. But he said, no, because of your business background, customer service and how to take care of clients, that you would be better off in residential. And he was correct.
Absolutely, because it has residential real estate. First off, it moves faster and it has more urgency, emotion, attachment, where commercial does not. And that's why I think that's kind of what he meant, and that was a really good suggestion by him. So great job. So $20 million last year, and what is your goal for this year?
My goal this year is I'd like to jump that up to about 15%. So I'm looking about maybe 23. 23. That's awesome. That is great. And what's your average sale price in Tucson, just so they can get an idea? Our average sale price is about $350. And yours is as well as that too, or is yours a little higher? No, mine is higher. Okay. Actually, I just have that number. My average sale price is about $575. Perfect. Okay, cool. So just to give them an idea of how many transactions you do too, which is great. All right. Now, speaking of your past business experience, you owned a car dealership. You've even owned an Irish pub too, didn't you? Or Irish restaurant? Yeah, we owned an Irish pub. Yes.
That must have been a blast.
That
Tell
was,
us a little about that.
well, my children's father, he was Irish. He's actually he was first generation American out of his mom and dad. They were both from Ireland, and so that's why I always did the St. Patrick's Parade. I was always the chairperson for 5 years, and I did it in Tucson, just to teach my children their culture and to get them involved. And we just had an opportunity there was no Irish pub in Sierra Vista, so that's why we made the decision to open one. And so, yes, it was a lot of fun, especially on St. Patrick's Day.
That was like the Christmas, right, for Irish pub, it's St. Patrick's Day.
That is exactly right, yes.
Okay, so that means you know how to take care of yourself, too, if you're running an Irish pub, right? Someone's got to be in charge.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same with the car business and same with the real estate business. So tell us a little about that. So your transition, because a lot of people, I mean, very few people. I mean, I know I did, but I don't know a lot of people. Mark did actually too, Mark Stark. But not a lot of people start off in the real estate business. But you came from a few other businesses running them. So give us a little, like, I know that has to have some benefit, obviously, because you have a different way to look at showing up. People that own their own business have slightly a different urgency, I would say, level, commitment level, because you know what it takes to keep a business afloat, right?
That is exactly right. And so after owning the two, I had also a photography business, Donovan Photography. And so between the two businesses, clients were very important to us for not just the present, but for the future. And as a matter of fact, when I had my car dealership, it was a Chrysler dealership. And I actually went to training with Chrysler's Customer One program to learn how to take care of future clients, not just clients now. Right. The Chrysler franchise learned that they, instead of just advertising for a product today, the best way to make a future income is to take care of your clients for the future. And so they taught us how to stay in touch with them, how to take care of them immediately after a sale.
Wow.
So, yeah, and how to follow up. And so, like, once a month at our dealership, we would have a right from the start dinner in our the main floor place. And so I would cater dinner, and then I would bring in our service manager, our parts manager, and go over certain things that help take care of their car. So for a resale later, they would have more money for when they brought their car back in to exchange it for another vehicle. And so with that concept, I actually applied it to my real estate. So it's not just about the sale of the home, it's also the future communication with that client, because that is your future income.
Right. So your customer service is off the charts, and I've heard that anyway from from everyone around you at the office and so forth too. So that's great stuff. And tell them a little about, you like speaking of photography, you created your own job at the high school. It was a local school, wasn't it, where you became the teacher of that of photography? Tell us that sounds like what a great idea.
That was
tell
quite
us a little
an experience.
Yeah.
Back in 1996 or whatever it was, 1990s, when Desert Storm hit our town, because Sierra Vista was a military town,
right.
Most of the soldiers had left to go to Afghanistan, other places. So our town emptied out. And so I had to go back to work, and I chose to be a substitute teacher because I had two small children. So I put in my application, and I got a call from the superintendent to come in for a meeting, and they said, could you please take over the photography program for the semester? The teacher was killed in a motorcycle accident. I had never been in a classroom and never taught. And of course, I said yes. And so the first day of school was the day after his funeral, which was probably the most difficult day of my life. So I continued the semester, and they liked what I did, so they hired me as the full-time photography teacher. That's amazing. I look back on that, yeah. But the biggest part was we were in the process of building a brand new high school in Sierra Vista, and the photography lab had to be built. And so I had to order all the equipment for a black and white studio lab and a color lab. And I had never bought any equipment for a darkroom. So I had to go to Brooks Institute. I had to go to Dallas. I had to go to California. I traveled everywhere to look at other people's darkrooms. And so I built mine, and I was given an award for the best state-of-the-art photography lab.
That's awesome. Wow. Well, when you have a super positive person who's had other experiences before and you put them in a have-to situation, you're going to find out what you have. And in this case, you have someone who gets it done.
Gets it done. That's what it's all about. You can't never react on someone else's problem. You have to look at a solution. No,
you are a solution person, no doubt. I love it. And it was funny because we were standing in the airport. I turned to look to my left. You turned. We kind of looked at each other. We go, I know you, in the airport on the way to Kentucky this year. That was hilarious, by the way.
That was.
But we had some fun in Kentucky, didn't we?
Oh, we had some good times in Kentucky. But the most important thing to me is I learned so much at that convention that it has given me a total insight of how I'm going to redirect my business. Tell us a little about that. That'd be good to hear. Well, one of the things that I found was the reminder media with the magazines. I've already implemented that program. What it is you give reminder media a list of all your clients that you want this magazine to go to, and they mail it directly to them. But the most important thing is your picture is inside with a little tab, and it tells about yourself. And so it's basically like brand awareness is what I call it as a marketing tool, that I am going to be continually sending this because it has my picture and it is a product of value to give my clients. So in this magazine, it has recipes, it has how to fix certain things in your home, how to garden in different seasons of the year. So it gives them information, and so they'll hold on to this magazine. And then again, my name is on the magazine, so my name as a realtor will be in front of them.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Any other tidbits from the National Convention you want to share with them? Because I think that was a really good one.
Yeah, that one was. And also, Dalton's seminar was very fascinating with the Forever Agent. How to apply different marketing tools to be consistent with your future clients and to keep in touch with them. And that list I have applied to my business today.
Nice. Alan Dalton's probably one of the smartest guys. Just his language. As you listen to the words he uses in his language, he doesn't push it too far. Like, what he's saying, but he uses words you don't often hear, which I think separates it. So it's kind of cool the way he does it.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
And he's from Boston, and he played for the Celtics for a little while. So I love him.
He has a great history. He was very fascinating to speak with. Actually, I saw him at the Kentucky Derby, and so I was able to sit down and chat with him, and he was very fascinating.
I met him at a Mike Ferry seminar, I want to say 1991, maybe it was 92, and Mike introduced him as the smartest man he's ever met. And I was like,
oh, that's funny.
Right? Yeah, no, it is funny. Well, Mike's had a lot of good people. He used to have a speaker like one or two main speakers at every superstar retreat, and then he stopped doing that and involved more of the agents, like the panelists or whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I liked when he had Chuck Daly one year, Pat Riley. He had coaches, and it was really interesting. I really enjoyed when he did that. But that's why I met Elton Dalton, and then all of a sudden, I've been here for 8 years now. When I'm going to say probably 4 or 5 years ago, I started seeing him at all our events, and I was like, that's a smart pick by Berkshire Hathaway corporate to pick Alan Dalton, because he's a really smart guy.
I absolutely agree with you on that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us a little about your market. Like, people are probably wondering, Tucson, Arizona. It sounds like something you see on a movie with cowboys, but it's really a beautiful place. Tell us a little about that.
Also, I cover all of southern Arizona, so it's just not Tucson. Tucson, of course, is my major market, but also I take care of Sonoyta. I take care of Sierra Vista, Bisbee, Tombstone. But the Tucson market, it's a smaller market than Phoenix. We have about just a bit over 1 million people. It's more of an outdoor community because of all of our mountains. And so it's an active community with biking. As a matter of fact, Tucson is rated, I believe, as #1 for bicycle riding. And as a matter of fact, Lance Armstrong used to train here once a year. Nice. And so we have many events, bicycle events, in the area. We do get our heat in the summertime, but so we're more of a winter environment for what we call as snowbirds, that they come in October and then leave about May. And so our market, there's that market with the people that just come for the winter. But also we have a market with medical industry research. And so we have a lot of research labs here. And so we're bringing a lot of people in with that market.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, but Tucson, it's a beautiful area. It's the real desert with the mountains and all the hiking and things like that.
Beautiful desert landscape with all the cactuses and different plants you guys have. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It really is.
Mm-hmm. And it's cooler than Phoenix.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It definitely is cooler than Phoenix, no doubt. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're at that time where I'm going to ask you, okay, so as a top agent like yourself, especially with all your vast business background, give me the 3 most important things you'd say to focus on to be successful in this business.
The first one I'm going to tell people is to always stay on their CRM and start it immediately when you go into real estate. Your CRM for future, when you have a sell or any kind of contact, you need to keep in contact with them quarterly. And again, it's that brand awareness of keeping your name in front of them as your agent, your forever agent is what I'm going to call that.
Nice. I'm just curious, is that something that you picked up with your training with Chrysler, or you've always felt that way?
I picked that up. I picked it up with Chrysler, but also I picked it up with my real estate business because now with my, not the real estate, my photography business, I would, on the anniversary and 2 months before Christmas, I would always contact my past clients to see if they needed to have new family pictures done. Do they need reorders for their wedding pictures? And so that's why I always knew from my past businesses how to stay in touch with clients because they always need my service, whether it be a car or photography.
Okay. That's awesome. I love it. So make sure that CRM is tight. You're contacting them. You can even do it themey like that too. Birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. The day they bought the house. But once a quarter minimum, I agree with that 100%. It's exactly what I used to do. Okay, so that's number 1. What about number 2?
Number 2, customer service. That to me, yes, keeping in touch with your clients is important, but it is my responsibility as a real estate agent when I have a client that when you come into a listing and if they need something, you are going, excuse me, you're going to take care of it. It's a very big transition, and they're scared. They're very scared. They're scared about selling their house. They're scared about moving, and a lot of times I deal with sellers that are moving out of state, and so they have a lot on their plate. So my first thing that I do when I go into a listing is I listen to them and hear what is important to them. And a lot of times it's, well, we want to paint the house and I said, and I agree with them, to get top dollar. We need to fix the yard. We need to do this. We need to do that. And you could tell they're just like a deer in headlights. They're scared. And so my position is to take care of that. And don't get into their fear. Make sure you're there to take care of it. It's like, that's my job. It's not my job just to sell your house, but my job is also to help you with an easy transition.
Right.
And so,
awesome. I love that.
Under promise and over deliver, just like you said.
There you go. Yeah, that's so important, everything you just said about customer service. So detailed CRM right from the beginning, even if you're brand new, and that's the number one comment by a lot of top producers who have been in the business, like yourself, as far as the CRM goes, because everyone says, I waited too long, myself included. I waited too long. And then massive, unbelievable customer service, which is great. And then what's your third?
My third one is education. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of times when we have new agents in our office, I immediately go to them and I tell them, it's like, yes, now that you've passed the course and you have your license, now it's time to learn. And I'm going to tell you the way to do it is you go to every lunch and learn. You go to any classes that a mortgage company has, a title company has, the home warranty companies. Educate yourself as much as possible. And also immediately start building your vendor list, because you want the answers to your clients. You don't want to say, I don't know, because you want to stress you want to stress your confidence to your clients that you can take care of them.
I love it. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. Anything else you want? We're right at time, but I want to say, anything else you want to add that these wonderful people should hear?
Gosh, let me think. The only thing is, real estate at the very beginning is scary. And I always tell people that first year of real estate, please think of it as an internship, because you're not going to make millions of dollars, or sell millions of dollars, I should say, like other people that you see. Please take that first year and learn. And so make sure that if you're going to go into real estate, you can take that year off just like you did when you were in college for an internship.
Right. I love it. That's why I took my real estate exam while I was going to college. That's exactly what I did with the test. You got to keep studying, keep getting good, keep practicing, keep getting better. And it's like anything else, right? The only way to get experience is by doing it. And experience really means doing it and not doing it perfectly at first until you do keep perfecting it. So that's awesome. All right. Catherine, thank you. Congratulations.
I have one little note.
Go ahead.
Now that we're talking about new agents, because I've been trying to stress this to other people. I've been in this business for almost 14 years, and I think it is my responsibility to help the new people that are getting their license. You would be amazed how much you learn from new agents, that they're the young people, how much knowledge they have with IT, social media, internet interactions, that anytime I've been teaching other new agents, they learn from me, but I have learned from them. And so please take the time out with these young agents, and let's teach them the business so they can be successful.
That's such a great point. I love it. And I can hear you just like to help people. That's why your customer service is so wonderful and makes you an awesome person, Catherine. Well, thank you, and congratulations on your article.
Thank you.
In the magazine. That's really awesome. You deserve it. Real Producers,
Thank you.
Arizona. So keep it rocking, and we will look forward to talking to you soon. Everybody else, we'll talk to you next week. And if anybody needs me, call me anytime. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rick. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a great day.